Welcome to the Dad and Cole Football Patrol.
That's right. What's up, guys? I'm Dad.
And I'm Cole.
So, Cole, week number 4 is in the books of the NFL. So, we're at the quarter-way mark. That means we're through one quarter of the NFL season already, which is really hard to believe. So, what do you say we take a look at some of the games from this past weekend?
The Bengals beat the Falcons.
Yeah, so Cole, this looked like a wild one, up and down the field, all over the place. This is the second week in a row that the Atlanta Falcons have found themselves in a shootout, but at the wrong side of it, unfortunately. Gotta say, big win for the Bengals. I don't know that I was expecting this. Tough loss for the Falcons. So, Cole, what do you think? Do you believe in the 3-1 Cincinnati Bengals? You think they're for real? Now tell me why.
Because I don't think they're a playoff-like team.
So you don't really believe in the talent on the team? Do you have questions about Marvin Lewis as a coach? What is it that you're not feeling about the Bengals?
AJ Green in the first week had 2 fumbles.
He did, didn't he? Now, he's been having a pretty strong year, but I don't know if there's really much around him, although they were up and down the field yesterday, so clearly they were putting points on the board, but maybe the defense is a little bit of an issue. I don't know.
Tyler Boyd, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know what to make of this team, but I'm with you. There's just something in my gut. I'm not really buying into the 3-1 Bengals just yet.
The Bears beat the Bucks.
Yeah, Cole, so this one was a trouncing, and let me ask you this right off the bat. Do you think we're starting to see the Tampa Bay Bucks rear their ugly head that we expected to see? Fitzpatrick got pulled. Winston came in and played, and I believe this was his first action of the season, but I think he threw 2 interceptions themselves. I didn't believe in the Bucks heading into the season. I was questionable with the start, even though it was super red hot. Your thoughts on the Tampa Bay Bucks after getting trounced by the Bears?
At first, I really liked them.
Yep.
And then I don't really like them anymore.
Yeah, you're starting to have some questions about them. Now, how about these...
Is Winston going to be good? Who should you start? Should you start Winston?
Yeah, they're kind of all over the place down there, right? They gave Fitzpatrick the start, but then they ended up pulling him to bring Winston in. That could be going down a bad road, but it'll be interesting to see what can happen if Winston gets the reins back and if that team rallies around him. I don't see it, though. I don't know if they buy into Winston as a leader. It'll be interesting to watch.
The Pats beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, another one, Cole. This was a trouncing. Now, I thought Miami was going to hang in there. The Patriots came out and handled business start to finish. I thought the Dolphins were going to show more in this game. I don't know that this means that the Patriots are just fully back and are going to run away with things in the AFC. I still have questions about them, but that was a little bit of a statement game saying, hey, guys, we're still here doing our thing. So do you believe that this was a statement from the Patriots that they're letting everyone else know out there, like, hey, guys, you're way too wrong in counting us out?
Did they get Joel Edelman back?
I think he had one more game to serve in his suspension, which was this past one. So there's a handful of other players like Mark Ingram from the Saints that are due to come back. So with the Patriots, do you like them even more getting Edelman back into the fold, especially after getting Josh Gordon through the trade?
Well, I kind of like them less because they might have better teams. Like they have to play the Chiefs the week after this week.
Oh, do they play the Chiefs coming up? Oh, that's going to be awesome. I didn't know they were playing soon.
Yeah.
So you think they still have some tests down the road?
Some hard ones.
Okay.
They play the Colts this week.
They play them this week? Oh, is that Thursday Night Football, I think?
I think.
All right, so we'll see. Have the reports on Brady and Belichick's demise been wrongly put out there, especially by me. I've been predicting it all summer.
The Titans beat the Eagles.
Do we have to talk about this one?
No.
All right, well, let's be fair to all the people out there who tune in to see news across the whole league. We're wearing our Eagles shirts, but we got to own up to it. That was a stinky game, to say the least. I mean, I don't know. Listen, hats off to Vrabel and Mariota and the Titans. Those guys battled. They were super aggressive. I thought Peterson got out-Petersoned by Mike Vrabel. I thought Peterson seemed content to want to settle for field goals, and I just didn't really recognize the philosophy and the aggressiveness there. I still think the Eagles can go on a run here at some point and get hot. I mean, Carson is only 2 games back. Let me ask you this. Are you a believer, though, in what Vrabel and the Titans are doing down there?
No.
Yeah, I still don't see it, even though that was a good, strong, convincing win against our favorite team. I just don't know if I
They
buy.
just have to play the Jacksonville again.
Yeah, I mean, they're in a tough division. I don't know that I buy into the roster down there in Tennessee.
The Ravens beat the Steelers.
Yeah, so this was a big interdivision win in Pittsburgh. Baltimore goes on the road and gets it done. So I think with this win, I think Baltimore is really solidifying themselves as one of the upper echelon teams in the AFC, a team that's going to be there competing to go deep in the playoffs. They're a balanced team. Flacco has his new weapons. What do you think about like Crabtree and John Brown and the guys that are surrounding Joe Flacco now?
Well, Crabtree and John Brown, I think that maybe that Lamar Jackson might have a shot, maybe.
Well, they have been mixing him into some special packages and like some run plays and stuff. So they've been calling design plays to get him in the mix. But listen, I need to own up to this. I was completely wrong about Flacco. I thought Flacco's game had regressed. I thought the offense had been stagnant there in Baltimore. But maybe it had as much or even a little bit more to do with the personnel around him. He seems to be dialed in. The offense is in a groove. So I think Baltimore looks to be in real good shape right now.
The Saints beat the Giants.
Yeah, look, I thought...
It's not very shocking to me.
No, it's not shocking to me, but I thought that with the Giants getting the first win a week ago on the road at Houston, I thought they had a real big opportunity to come home and handle business against a real strong New Orleans Saints team, but they didn't do it. Breeze and company got it done. Kamara was awesome, like Kamara's been awesome all year. So I think the Saints have solidified themselves after taking a real bad beat in week one to be a top-tier team. We'll see about the Giants. There's still remaining question marks, but I thought they let a big opportunity slip away with a loss at home to an upper echelon NFC team. All right, Cole, so let's have a little fun. I'm holding here in my hand teams with their records, and I want to first focus on teams that are 1-3. 1-3 teams right now, and I'm going to run them down, and I want to hear from you. 2 teams out of this listing that you feel could rally and make the playoffs. So the 1-3 teams are as follows. The 49ers, the Falcons, the Raiders, the Jets, the Lions, the Giants, the Texans, and the Colts. Cole, out of those 1-3 teams, give me 2 that you feel real good could rally and make the playoffs this year.
The Giants and the Falcons.
So you're going with the Giants and the Falcons that can still get it together. Give me some reasons on each one. Let's start with the Falcons first.
Well, the Falcons still have Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, and hot Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley has been hot. That guy has been on fire like 3 weeks in a row. You talked about him a lot this summer too when we were talking about rookies. You were big on Calvin Ridley. But as far as the Falcons are concerned, right, they got that high-flying offense. Here's my concern for them, and I think we've seen it in the last 2 weeks. They lost Keanu Neal. They lost Deion Jones. 2 guys that are like the heart and soul of that defense. They have not shown to me that they're able to overcome those.
Also, they have that one guy. What's his name? Number 44.
Vic Beasley?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, Vic Beasley's awesome, but I don't know. I just feel like Keanu Neal and Deion Jones were kind of the heart and soul of that team, and they haven't shown that they've been able to overcome those injuries as of yet. Now, for the other team you picked that's currently 1-3 that has a shot to go to the playoffs, the New York Giants. Let's hear it. What are your reasons in support of them?
Well, they have Saquon Barkley. They also get ODB back.
Well, they have him back, right? So Barkley and Beckham, I mean, they have the skill guys there around Manning, but I don't know. There's just something seems to be amiss with this team. I don't know if it's like a lack of identity. I mean,
I think they will get like a 9-7 and make it to the wild card.
You think they could eke into a wild card at 9-7? Yeah, I don't think they're going to win the division. But
I don't think they're going to win it, though. But just like maybe get like the second place.
Okay, and sneak into a wild card slot. Yeah, we'll see. There's just some, like I said, there's just something off with that team. I think Barkley's been incredible. He's been unbelievable. I don't know that Beckham's really got it going like they would hope and expect him to get it going, but he is coming off an injury.
He has O'Madden.
So he has O'Madden.
He got 4 touchdowns in one game.
Well, hopefully they can translate your Madden success over to real life. All right, so Cole, now let's look at the other end of the spectrum. I'm going to read down some teams that are 3-1 right now. So teams that are currently 3-1, and I want for you to let me know 2 teams that are going to fall off and not make the playoffs. So these 3-1 teams are as follows: Bengals, Bears, Patriots, Titans, Jaguars, Ravens, and Saints. Cole, out of those 3-1 teams, give me 2 they're going to fall off and not make the playoffs.
The Patriots and the Bengals.
The Patriots and the Bengals. So let's hear it. What do you got? Let's start with the Patriots. You talked about them a little bit earlier. What concerns you with that team about their potential chance to fall off and not make the playoffs?
They're competing with the Dolphins in their division.
Yep.
And also they have Julio Edelman might have to kind of like shake off his rust.
Yeah, I think you're making a good point. When guys come off suspension like that, who knows how I'm sure he's been working hard and training like crazy, but there's no replication for actual on-field game work. So yeah,
he hasn't been playing against like 11.
Yeah, it may take him a little while to get work back into that offense. So let's go to the other team you picked. It's Cincinnati Bengals, currently 3-1. You think there's a chance they could fall off and miss the playoffs? Tell me why.
I'm not really feeling Joe Mixon.
Yeah, and he's been hurt a little bit. Now, they say it's just kind of a usual procedure to clean up some stuff in his knee and that he should come back. No worse for the wear. But he's been out, and he started off to a great start, so you're a little worried about him getting eased back into the mix. Do you also worry maybe a little bit about the division they're in?
Yeah.
Even though the Steelers have a losing record, I mean, that's a tough division, isn't it? And the Browns seem to be playing a little bit better. So you got the Bengals potentially trailing off here for the rest of the season.
What 3-1 team do you think's gonna miss the playoffs?
Yeah, guys, we'd love to hear from you. The teams we just rattled off, who could potentially most fall off and not make it in the playoffs? And let's go to the other side. Of all the teams that are 1-3 right now in the NFL, who do you think has the best chance to rally and make it into the playoffs? Leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. What else, Cole?
Nothing.
Subscribe, maybe?
Oh, yeah, subscribe!
Guys, we love it. If you could hit the subscribe button so we can count on you as active members of our NFL football family, and you could stay up to date with all the content and episodes we're going to put out all season long. Is that it, buddy?
Yes.
Cool. We appreciate you guys watching the video. See you guys. Take care.